Welcome back to Florence, South Carolina, and the campus of Francis Marion University, and specifically Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium for this afternoon's Peach Belt Conference doubleheader between your Francis Marion University Patriots and the Claflin University Panthers. Big day for the Patriots. They won last night, the first game of the series, beating Claflin 25-2. Head coach Art Inhabitant, in his 24th year as a college head coach, will be going for win number 700 today. In addition to the Patriots' win over Claflin last night, two other Peach Belt Conference games were played last night. Augusta State won in walk-off fashion Columbus State won in walk-off fashion over Augusta, 4-3 down in Columbus, Georgia. And nationally ranked Georgia College beat USC-Aiken 10-7. Plenty of action in the Peach Belt today as Francis Marion and Claflin will play a doubleheader. Young Harris will play a doubleheader at UNC Pembroke. USC-Aiken plays a doubleheader at Georgia College. Augusta will play a doubleheader at Columbus State. Lander will play at Flagler, a single game at 5 o'clock. And North Georgia will play a doubleheader at Georgia Southwestern today. Lineups: first for Claflin University, batting leadoff in center field, Steve Joyner. Batting second at second base, D'Avion Sumter. In the 3 spot, the DH, Keon Smith. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Xavier Paul. Batting fifth in right field, Quentin Kennard. Batting sixth at third base, Nicholas Johnson. Batting seventh in left field, Christian Carr. Batting eighth in catching, Jordan McRae. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Daniel Powell. And pitching for the Panthers today, Charles Jackson. For Francis Marion, leading off in right field, Colby Crapo. Batting second in left field, Jack Hegan. Batting third at third base, Todd Maddox. Batting fourth at first base, Darius Nobles. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Grayson Cottingham. Batting sixth, the DH, Austin Moore. Batting seventh in center field, Bill Hanna. Batting eighth at second base, Tanner Wakefield. Batting ninth in catching, Dalton Dabbs. And on the mound for the Patriots, senior left-hander, Weston Rogers. Francis Marion, 5-4 overall, 3-4 in the Peach Belt. Claflin University 1-11 and 1-11 in conference play. As we mentioned last night, Claflin University, located in Orangeburg, South Carolina, member of the CIAA for all its other sports, but since that conference does not sponsor baseball, they are an affiliate member of the Peach Belt Conference for the sport of baseball. At this time, we'll pause for the playing of our national anthem. Overcast day here at Cornell Field. Temperature is 54 degrees. A little bit of a breeze right now blowing out to right field. But not a bad day to play too. And on the mound for the Patriots, senior left-hander Weston Rogers out of Mullins, South Carolina, a graduate of Lakeview High School. He is 1-1 on the season. This will be his third appearance and his third start. He's thrown 9 1/3 innings, allowed 16 hits, 10 runs, only 4 of those earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.86. Home plate umpire tonight, Warren Knepp. At first base, Keith Atkinson. And at third base, Greg Stanley. As we had last night, Tasha Hill on the camera from the Media Center staff, Caleb Reeves, the director's seat, Jake Globe handling the live stats and official scoring, and yours truly is Michael Hawkins, the Associate Athletic Director for Communication Services here at Francis Marion University. First 3 up for the Panthers here in the top of the first will be Joyner, Sumter, and Smith. Last night, the Patriots pounded out 22 hits and took advantage of 17 bases on balls en route to the 25-2 win. Todd Maddox, Jack Hegan led the Patriots with 4 hits apiece, Maddox driving in 6 runs. Steve Joyner leads it off for the Panthers, the Hartsville native, batting .319. 10 runs scored, 3 doubles, a homer, 2 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .385. And the first pitch came in at 1:02 p.m. Joyner picked up 1 hit last night's game and 4 at-bats. Couple of defensive changes or changes in the lineup for the Patriots today. Colby Crapo in right field for Will Hardy. And Dalton Dabbs gets the start behind the plate. Two from Weston Rogers. Hit in the air to right field. Crapo going back, retreating, under it. Makes the catch for out number 1. We'll bring up the second baseman, De'Avion Sumter. Sumter batting .310, 9 runs scored, 4 doubles, a triple, team leading 10 RBIs. Also leads the squad with 3 stolen bases. He's batting .310, on base percentage of .362. Sumter out of Elgin, South Carolina, transfer from USC Sumter. Lined foul down the left field line. 330 down the lines here at Cornell Field, 375 to the power alleys, and 400 to straightaway center field. Panthers wearing the maroon tops with orange numerals and lettering. Gray trousers. Patriots in their white trousers with their red tops, white lettering and numerals. The 1-2 pitch from Rogers. Swung on a missed. Strike 3. 2 down here in the top of the first. Patriot defense in the outfield. Hegan in left. Hanna in center. Crapo in right. Maddox at third, Cottingham at short, Wakefield at second, Nobles at first, Dabbs behind the plate, and Rogers on the mound. Keon Smith, the DH, will stand in. He's batting .250, 5 runs scored, 3 doubles, a homer, 8 RBIs. Smith had 3 hits in last night's contest and scored a run. Smith hails from Richmond, Virginia, transferred to Claflin from Virginia State University. That one's fouled at the plate, and Smith stays alive. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Rogers fans a pair, and the Panthers go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We've played half an inning, no score between Francis Marion and Claflin. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Back in Florence, bottom of the first inning, due up for your Patriots, Crapo, Hegan, and Maddox. On the mound for Claflin is Charles Jackson. Jackson, a sophomore right-hander out of Macon, Georgia, a product of Central High School. Comes in with an 0-2 record, a 4.09 ERA. This is his 4th start of the season. He's thrown 11 innings, allowed 11 hits, 14 runs, but only 5 of those are earned, 9 strikeouts and 10 walks. Opponents are batting only .220 against him. Kobe Crapo gets the start in right field today. This will be his 5th appearance of the season, his 2nd start. He's batting an even .400, 2 for 5. He's got a couple runs scored, 1 RBI, and an on-base percentage of .571. Panther defense, Carr in left, Joyner in center, Kennard in right, Johnson at third, Powell at short, Sumter at second, Paul at first, McCray behind the plate, and Johnson on the mound. Foul back on the check swing. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Out number 1. So Jack Hegan will stand in. Hegan, sophomore left fielder, batting .410. Leads the Patriots with 12 runs scored, a couple doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, and a .477 on-base percentage. As mentioned before, he had 4 hits in last night's game. Skies that one foul back over the press box. Todd Maddox in the on-deck circle. He'll be next. Two is fisted into the screen. Hegan stays alive. In there for called strike 3, and very auspicious start for Charles Johnson on the mound. Charles Jackson. Pair of strikeouts. That'll bring up Todd Maddox. Maddox just absolutely on fire at the plate lately. Had 4 hits, 6 RBIs in last night's game. That following a week that saw him go 13 for 22 with 8 RBIs the previous week. Maddox has an 8-game hitting streak and has reached base safely in 17 consecutive contests. That dates back to last season. Also tied a school record last night with his 2 triples. First time that had been done in 10 years. Pops that one up on the right side. Paul over into foul territory. Drifts back and makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Patriots. In the bottom of the first, we played a full inning, no score between Claflin and Francis Marion. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Top of the second here in Florence. Due up for the Panthers, Paul, Kennard, and Johnson. Xavier Paul, batting .269. A couple of runs scored, double, homer, 4 RBIs. On base percentage of .367 this year. Paul is a native of Darlington, South Carolina, previously played at Florence Darlington Technical College. It's at the left side. Maddox drifting back on the grass will make the catch for out number 1. We'll bring up Quentin Kennard. Kennard, junior right fielder, batting .296. 3 runs scored, a double, 5 RBIs, .387 on base percentage. Quentin did not play in last night's game. He is a product, hails from Newberry, South Carolina, transferred to Claflin from Erskine College. Count now even at 1-1, or excuse me, count is now 0-2. Popped in the air to shallow center field. Wakefield back on the grass, and he will make the grab for out number 2. So the third baseman, Nicholas Johnson, stands in. Johnson batting .095. Runs scored, a double, 3 RBIs. Johnson plated the 2 Panther runs last night with a double down the right field line. Grounded back to the mound, stabbed by Rogers. The underhand toss to Nobles, and the Panthers go 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second inning. No score between Francis Marion and Claflin. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Florence, bottom of the second inning, due up for your Patriots. Nobles, Cottingham, and Moore. Hitters 4, 5, and 6 in the Patriot lineup. Darius, a senior first baseman, batting .324. 9 runs scored, a couple of doubles, 12 RBIs, second best on the team, and a .429 on base percentage. Darius was 1 for 4 with a couple RBIs and 2 runs scored in last night's contest. Nobles has a modest 5-game hitting streak going. He has reached base safely each of the last 8 contests. Skies that one to center field where Joyner hangs out. A couple steps in, makes catch for out 1. So Grayson Cottingham will stand in, the graduate student shortstop, batting .361, 6 runs scored, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs, and a .415 on base percentage. Cottingham 2 for 4 in last night's game, couple runs scored and a couple driven in. Jackson quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 again, fouled off by Cottingham. Good crowd is filed in here to Cornell Field and Sparrow Stadium. That waste pitch was in the dirt. It's the count now 1-2. Again, Cottingham foils a nice offering from Jackson. That one just misses. Count is now full to the West Florence product. Hit down the left field line, but curving foul over near the ticket booth. And if you've never been to Griffin Athletic Complex here on the campus of Francis Marion University, it includes Hartzler Soccer Field and the FMU Softball Stadium, in addition to the baseball field. This will be pitch number 12 of this at-bat between Jackson and Cottingham. Swing and a miss. Jackson wins this battle. Strikeout number 3 for the right-hander. That'll bring up the DH, Austin Moore. Austin Moore making his 4th appearance of the year. This is his first start. Sophomore's batting an even .500, 3 for 6 with 3 runs scored, 1 driven in, on base percentage of .571. Austin fouls that one out of play. Moore's from right here in Florence and graduated from South Florence High School. Stands 6'3" and bats from the left side. Grounded to Paul at first. Big hop, he takes it himself. And the Patriots are retired in order in the second. We played 2 full innings. We're still looking for our first base runner of the contest. No score between Francis Marion and Claflin. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Christian Carr leads off the Panthers' third inning. Hits that one to left and gets down for a base hit. And Carr becomes the game's first base runner. Jordan McCray, the Claflin catcher, will stand in next. Senior is batting .231. Does have a double, 3 RBIs, and .333 on base percentage. Carr, the runner at first, does have 1 stolen base this season. The 0-1 from Rogers. Craich squares to bunt. Runner's going. And Carr is caught stealing with Cottingham applying the tag. Nice throw by Dabbs as McCray squared to bunt. Took it outside. And Carr running was thrown out at second by Dabbs. Little numbered Nobles ranges over. So they're going to credit McCray with an infield single there as Nobles ranged a long ways off the bag, tried to backhand it and couldn't come up with it cleanly. Powell pops that in the air. Shallow right center field. Wakefield going back and will make the catch in front of Crapo for out number 2 of the inning. That flips the lineup back to the top. Steve Joyner, Hartsville native. 0 for 1, flew out to Crapo and right to lead off the game. McCray, the catcher, is still the runner at first. As we mentioned last night, Joyner with the old school look, the high stirrup socks and the hat stuffed in his back pocket. The consensus last night in the press box was that we liked the high stirrup socks. Joyner came to Claflin from USC Union. Grounds that one through the hole. Left side, that's a base hit. So the caught stealing becomes a big issue now as the Panthers have actually collected 3 base hits in this inning but still have not scored a run and now have 2 outs and runners at first and second. We'll bring up Davion Sumter, second baseman. He was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Grounded back up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. They are raving. McCray, the throw from Hanna. Home is in time. So nice throw from Bill Hanna in center field to Dalton Dabbs, who applies the tag, and the Panthers pick up 4 hits but do not score in that inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Francis Marion nothing, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
So an exciting end to the top of the 3rd inning there as Sumter singled back up the middle. McCray tried to score from second. And a nice throw from Bill Hanna to home where Dalton Dabbs applied the tag and McCray was out for the 3rd out of the inning. Patriot 3rd will feature Hanna, Wakefield, and Dabbs, the bottom 3 in the order. As we're waiting on the Claflin catcher, Jordan McCray, he was the runner that was tagged out at home plate. Hannah leading off for the Patriots. Moving up in the lineup today, batting .229 on the season, 9 runs scored, a double, 6 RBIs, .263 on base percentage. Has a trio of stolen bases. Hannah out of Lake City, South Carolina, and a graduate of Lake City High School. He is a former Panther, playing against the Panthers today. And Jordan is finally ready here to carry on in the bottom of the third. So it looks like McCray may have been slightly injured on the play at home plate, so they're going to take a few minutes here, and I don't know if it's his hand or what, but they're going to, the athletic trainer for the Claflin is going to work on him for a second. And so we're going to have a substitute catcher put in here. So McCray will be removed from the game. And Enrique Morales will be the new Panther catcher. Morales, a 5'10 junior out of Ridgewood, New York, a transfer from Salem University. And he will take over behind the plate for the Panthers. Morales has started 7 games this year, batting .222. Hannah numbs that one back to the mound. Pitcher picks it up, drops it, and then throws it away. So you're going to have to credit the pitcher Jackson there with a pair of errors, one on a fielding error and then one on a throwing error. So Hannah reaches on the fielding error by the pitcher, and then he takes second on the throwing error. I'll bring up Tanner Wakefield. Counts now 1-1 on Wakefield, who's batting .214, 3 runs scored, 7 driven in, .421 on base percentage. He's drawn 10 walks in the 9 games so far this year. Wakefield out of Gainesville, Georgia. And he's batting here with Hannah, the runner, at second. Chance to put the Patriots ahead with a base hit. Dalton Dabbs, the catcher, is in the on-deck circle. Count now to Wakefield goes full. Up high, so Wakefield does his job and draws the walk number 11, which leads the squad. And they're now Patriots on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. So Dalton Dabbs making his 4th start of the season, batting .176, runs scored, a double, 2 RBIs. Dabbs squares to bunt, takes inside for ball 1. Again, Dabbs squares around but takes high for ball 2. Paul is charging from first base for the Panthers. Johnson stays back at third. Now they're going to have a little confab on the pitching mound. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Again, Dabbs squares around to sacrifice. That one called strike 1. Pops this foul back off the screen for strike 2. Dabbs still attempts to sacrifice with 2 strikes, but misses. And so he becomes a strikeout victim and out number 1 here in the first inning, or in the third inning. So the lineup flips back to the top, and Colby Crapo. Crapo was strikeout victim in the first. Hannah remains the runner at second. Wakefield at first. This will be Colby's first at-bat with a runner in scoring position this season. Freshman takes outside for ball 1. Nice stop by Morales on the ball in the dirt. And Claflin head coach James Randall is going to go out to the mound to talk with Johnson. That is grounded to third. Goes to second for 1. On to first, not in time. As Crapo just barely beats it out. So Wakefield is forced at second. Hannah advances to third on the play. So the Patriots have runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Jack Hegan. Hegan called out on strikes in the first inning. Now batting an even .400 on the season. But the Patriots will now need a 2-out hit to become the first team to dent the scoreboard. Hitting the air to center field. Joyner going back, coasting under it, just shy of the track. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Patriots threaten in the bottom of the third, as the Panthers did in the top half of the inning, but still no one has scored. Francis Marion nothing, Claflin nothing. We head to the top of the fourth. This is the Patriot Sports Network. Top of the fourth for Claflin. Batters 3, 4, and 5. Smith, Paul, and Kennard. Smith, a strikeout victim in the first inning. popped in the air in the infield. Rogers called off by Wakefield. Rogers cruised through the first 2 innings, but then allowed 4 hits in inning number 3, but he was bailed out by the Patriot defense. Dalton Dabbs caught 1 runner stealing, and Bill Hanna threw another runner out trying to score from third for the final out of the inning. Xavier Paul is up next. He popped out to Maddox at third in his first plate appearance today. Paul's averaged now 259 on the season. Rogers now at 41 pitches as Panthers bat here in the 4th. Grounded to short. Cottingham up fields, throws. And Paul is retired. We'll bring up Kennard, right fielder. He popped to Wakefield in shallow center back in the 2nd inning. His season average now at 286. Rogers quickly ahead in the count, or even in the count, 1-1. Nope, ahead in the count, 0-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So good inning for Rogers on the mound that inning. Panthers go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score between Francis Marion and Claflin. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Todd Maddox, Darius Nobles, Grayson Cottingham due up for the Patriots, 3, 4, and 5 in the order. The Patriots look to break up a scoreless battle here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Maddox fouled out to the first baseman. He's 0 for 1. Jackson has 4 strikeouts. He's walked only 1 batter. And the only other base runner the Patriots had was of his own undoing. as he was charged with a couple of errors on a comebacker to the mound. Three balls and no strikes. And Maddox draws a 4-pitch leadoff walk. So good start to the Patriot fourth inning. Maddox has now extended his streak of safely reaching base to 18 consecutive games, dating back to last season. Darius Nobles will stand in, the senior first baseman, 0 for 1. Flew out to center field in the second inning. Nobles lines that one through the left side, base hit. Patriots had their first hit of the afternoon. And there are runners on first and second with nobody out for Grayson Cottingham. Cottingham fanned his first trip to the plate today. He's batting .333 on the season with runners in scoring position. Overall batting .351. Jackson now up to 58 pitches. Cottingham squared to bunt, but took high. Bunt's foul. Again, Cottingham squares, misses this time. The throw back to second. They had a chance to maybe get Maddox on a good throw by Morales, but Powell could not handle the throw at second. Nobody advances. But certainly the Panthers missed an opportunity to pick Maddox off of second there as Cottingham bunted through the ball. Cottingham still at the plate. Swings and bloops it down the left field line. Foul, says home plate umpire Warren Knepp. Looked like it landed right on the chalk from here, but he had the best angle. It must have just been foul by inches. So count remains 1-2. Maddox is second, Nobles at first. Two is swung on and missed for strike three, and out number one here in the fourth. Strikeout number 5 for Jackson on the afternoon. It'll bring up Austin Moore, the DH. Austin grounded out to first in his first plate appearance today. Moore 1 for 3 this year when batting with runners in scoring position, as Maddox remains at second, Nobles at first. One's fouled out of play over by the ticket office. That one's in the dirt and gets through to the backstop, so both runners will move up on the wild pitch. So now Moore has a chance to drive in a run without even getting a hit here, as Patriots are second and third and only one out. Count now 2-1 on the Patriot DH. Again down low. This time blocked by Morales. Bill Hann is in the on-deck circle for the Patriots. That's inside for ball 4, and the bases will now be loaded for Hanna. Situation he encountered, I believe, 3 times last night. And he hit into a double play, hit into a force play that ended the inning, and then he cleared the bases his last time with a 3-run double off the left field wall. So 1 out. Patriot on every base, and center fielder Bill Hann at the plate. Nice block by Morales that time. Hanna reached his first plate appearance today. A comeback to the mound was aired on, and then when thrown away at first, Hanna continued on to second. He eventually reached third, but that's where he was stranded. Hanna this season, as we mentioned, 1 for 3, batting with the bases loaded. One from Jackson. Taken high, ball 2. That one's lined to left field. Nice catch of the liner by Carr, but Maddox will tag and score. And the Patriots take a 1-0 lead on the sacrifice fly by Bill Hanna. Hanna hit it hard and on a line, but right at Carr in left field. Nobles, the runner at second, and Moore, the runner at first, remained where they are, but Maddox with the tag and score. The Patriots lead 1-0. Tanner Wakefield will stand in. Wakefield walked. First time he came to the plate this afternoon. And that one hits Wakefield. So the bases will be reloaded for Dalton Dabbs, the catcher. So Wakefield with a walk and a hit by pitch today will up his on-base percentage that was at .421 coming into today's contest. Dalton Dabbs will now bat with 2 outs and the bases full. Dabbs fanned back in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Dabbs 0 for 1 this season when batting with the bases loaded. He won't need to get his. That one's wild and goes all the way to the backstop, and Nobles will score from third with the Patriots' 2nd run of the inning. Trail runners also advance up a base. So still at 2 outs. Patriots now on 2nd and 3rd for Dalton Dabbs. That one in the dirt wild again. And Hegan will score, Moore will score from third. Wakefield, the trail runner, moves up to third. The Patriots now lead 3-0. And that's another wild pitch. And Wakefield will score. The Patriots lead now 4-0. Count is 3-1 on the FMU catcher. And Dabbs takes ball 4. Colby Crapo will come to the plate now. Patriot leadoff batter 0 for 2. Jackson quickly ahead of Crapo. No balls and 2 strikes. That is lined down the left field line. Fair ball down into the corner. That'll be extra bases for Crapo. Dabbs is being waved home. The throw home in time, but not being able to be handled by Morales, the catcher. So an RBI double for Crapo. Ups the Patriot advantage to 5-0. So Jack Hegan will stand in, the left fielder 0 for 2 today. It's down in the dirt and gets away, and Crapo will score run number 6. And Hegan just misses Art Avenant in third base coaching box as he does his best Tommy Lasorda impersonation. And Avenant just manages to get out of the way of that line drive and got a big round of applause from the crowd here at Sparrow Stadium. Hit in the air to left field. Carr shaded over, goes to left center, and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Patriots pick up 6 runs. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Francis Marion 6, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Johnson, Carr, and McCray. Due up for the Panthers here in the top of the fifth. Johnson 0 for 1 today, grounded back to Rogers in the mound. Rogers has blanked the Panthers through 4 innings on only 4 hits. He has fanned 3 and walked nobody. Hitting the air to right center field, Crapo over. Gets there in time. That'll bring up the left fielder, Christian Carr. Carr singled back in the third, but was then caught stealing. Carr's season average now up to 265. Former Patriot head coach Gerald Griffin in attendance at today's ball game. Griffin is for whom the athletic complex is named. He was one of the early athletic directors here and a longtime baseball coach. And he hopes to witness Coach Art Nabinet pick up win number 700 if the Patriots can hang on to this 6-0 advantage here in game number 1 of today's doubleheader. Game 2 will follow this one by approximately 30 minutes. Line down the right field line, hooking foul over near the Patriot bullpen. Outside corner off-speed pitch called strike 3 by home plate umpire Warren Knepp. Carr not so sure about that call. But there are 2 outs now, and Enrique Morales, who took over the catching duties for Jordan McRae, will bat for the first time. Morales batting .222, 4 runs scored, got 1 RBI, on base percentage of .391. This is his 8th game of the season. Check swing, must have missed low. That one finds strike zone. Count now 1-2. Called strike 3. So Rogers makes quick work of the Panthers in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Francis Marion 6, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson of Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn, and Hyatt Place, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, Chick-fil-A, CN3 Performance Enhancement, FBI Construction, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzle and Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Patriot Sports coming up this week. Nobody is in action tomorrow. No Patriot Sports in action tomorrow. The softball team was to have played a doubleheader at Wingate University, but that twin bill was canceled due to COVID protocols within the Bulldogs program. Monday, both the soccer teams will be in action. The women will play at Lander University at 5 o'clock kickoff. The Patriot men will host Flagler here at 6 o'clock on Hartzler Field. We'll have that for you here on the Patriot Sports Network. Tuesday, women's volleyball team will host USC Aiken at 6 o'clock in the Smith University Center. We'll have that one for you on the Patriot Sports Network. And we'll be back on Wednesday with the softball team hosting Barton College for a doubleheader at 4 o'clock from the FMU softball stadium. On Thursday, volleyball will be back in action hosting Augusta at 6 o'clock. On Friday, men's and women's tennis will play North Georgia on the Kasab courts. That starts at 1 o'clock. Todd Maddox swings and misses on the first offering here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's hit in the air to center field. Joyner going back near the track and makes the catch. Patriot baseball, no midweek games this week, but we will be hosting Lander next weekend for a 3-game Peach Belt series. Single game on Saturday at 3 o'clock against the Bearcats, and then a Sunday doubleheader starting at 1. Again, we'll have all 3 of those games here on the Patriot Sports Network. Darius Noble stands in. Noble's 1 for 2, single and a run scored. Count now 1-1 to Nobles. Pitch from Jackson. Misses outside corner. Jackson now up to 91 pitches. Jackson has limited the Patriots to only 2 hits. Count is now full to the Greenville, North Carolina native. Swing and a miss, and Nobles is down on strikes. Strikeout number 6 of the afternoon for Jackson. Grayson Cottingham comes to the plate. Cottingham 0 for 2. He was fanned both times. Cottingham, a Florence native and a product of West Florence High School. Hit foul hard over into the bullpen of the FMU softball, or over near the bullpen of the FMU softball stadium. It's hitting the air to left center, right center field. Joyner on the run. It's not going to get there. One hops up off the wall. Cottingham rounding second, digging for third. Relay is bobbled by the shortstop, but not far enough away for Cottingham to come home. So a 2-out triple to right center by the graduate student. Has a Patriot in scoring position now here in the bottom of the 5th. This is the Patriots' 3rd triple of the series, as Maddox had 2 last night. So Austin Moore will now bat. He's 0 for 1, walked and scored a run back in the 4th inning. Nice block by Morales. Count now 3-0. And Moore takes a 4-pitch walk. So Patriots are on the corners now with 2 outs for Bill Hanna. Hanna plated the first Patriot run of the game with a sacrifice fly last inning. RBI number 7 of the season for the Lake City native. Grounded to third. Johnson goes to second for the force. And the Patriots retired. They strand a pair. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Francis Marion 6, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Batters 9, 1, and 2 in the Claflin order due up. Powell, Joyner, and Sumter. Powell popped to second, his first plate appearance today. He bunts to third. Maddox has it. Not in time, so infield bunt single for Powell. Maddox did all he could that time, but Powell's just too quick. And we've seen Maddox make that play all season. But Powell just a step too quick. And the Panthers have their 5th hit of the contest. We'll bring up the leadoff man, Steve Joyner. Joyner 1 for 2. His season average now at .327. That leads the squad. There looks to be stirring in the Patriot bullpen. Rogers only at 65 pitches. But he has now gone 3-1 on the Panthers leadoff batter. Big swing and a miss. Three-two count. It's fouled off toward the field house. and called strike 3 on Joyner. He thought it was ball 4. It's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Davion Sumter, the second baseman. He's 1 for 2. Strikeout and a single. Rogers chases Powell back to first base. Runners going, swing and a miss, and Powell will steal second without a throw. Stolen base number 1 of the season for him. Rogers chases Powell back to second. Cottingham is there for the pickoff attempt, but Powell gets back safely. Swing and a miss, and Sumter's down on strikes for out number 2. We'll bring up the DH, Keon Smith. Smith had 3 hits last night, but he's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop-up. Powell, the shortstop, remains the Panthers' runner at second base. Oh, 2 count. In the dirt, nice stop by Dabbs to keep Powell, the runner, at second. Count now 2-2 to the Claflin designated hitter, Keon Smith. Rogers has not walked a batter today. 7 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed, and 5 2/3 shutout innings thus far. Right down the middle, called strike 3. So after giving up the bunt single, Rogers strikes out the next 3 batters. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Francis Marion 6, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Back in Florence, at Cornell Field. The Cliff at the Griff. It's Tanner Wakefield, Dalton Dabbs, and Colby Crapo. Due up for your Patriots. There is some stirring now in the Claflin bullpen. Looks like Talman Hubbard will be warming up as Charles Jackson starts his 6th inning of work. Wakefield, no official at-bats today. He walked in the 3rd, hit by a pitch in the 4th, came around to score a run. That's hit the left center field. Carr over. Not going to get it. Lands between Carr and Joyner. And Wakefield has a leadoff double. A nice start to the Patriots' 6th inning. Wakefield's first extra base hit of 2021. And that'll bring up Dalton Dabbs, the catcher. Dabbs 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk with a run scored. Let's see if Dabbs is asked to maybe move the runner over with the sacrifice bunt. Dabbs not butting this time. Dabbs 176 now down to 167 on the season. Does have a couple of runs batted in. Count now 3-1. Patriot catcher. Grounded over the head of Johnson at third base, so a high chopping single to left field. Wakefield moves to third on the play. Dabbs is at first. So Colby Crapo playing right field today for the Patriots, 1 for 3. RBI double back in the 5th inning. Also scored a run that frame. He bats here with runners on the corners and nobody out. One to Crapo. Check swing, foul. Some other Peach Belt action today. Bottom of the 5th. Number 8, Georgia College leads USC Aiken 6-3. North Georgia leads Georgia Southwestern 3-1. That's bottom of the 7th in Americus, Georgia. So Crapo strikes out. Throw down to second. Not in time. And Wakefield scores. So Crapo fans, Dabbs takes second on the passed ball. So the catcher dropped the strike. And Wakefield scored from third as the throw went down to second to try and get Dabbs. So no stolen bases credited there, just a pass ball and the runner taking second and the runner coming home from third on the throw down to second. Either way, the Patriots now lead 7-0. 1 out, runner at second for Jack Hegan. Hegan 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. (3-0), high, ball 4, and Hegan walks. Put runners on first and second now with 1 out. So Todd Maddox will bat. Maddox 0 for 2. Did walk and score a run back in the 4th inning. Maddox takes low for ball 1. That's hit pretty well to left field. Carr going back, looking up. That ball is way out of here. 3-run home run, Todd Maddox. That will bring James Randall out for a pitching change as the Patriots now lead 10-0. For Maddox, home run number 2 of the season. RBIs 15, 16, and 17, and that leads the Patriots. So the new pitcher is number 13, Talman Hubbard, 6'2" senior righty out of Hayes, Virginia, and a transfer from Paul D. Camp Community College. Hubbard making his 5th appearance, all in relief. No record, a 7.20 ERA. He's thrown 10 innings, allowed 10 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those earned, 13 strikeouts in those 10 innings, and 9 walks. So still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. In one other Peach Belt score, bottom of the 5th inning, Columbus State leads Augusta 6-0. That's down in Columbus, Georgia. And the final game that's going on right now is Young Harris at UNC Pembroke. And that is top of the 6th inning. Braves lead the Mountain Lions 4-1. Patriots looking to make a move in the Peach Belt standings this weekend. Win last night made the Patriots 3-4 in conference play. They can hold on here in this contest. They would even their conference mark at 4-4. Looks like that would put us somewhere in position number 6, depending on what happens in the rest of the games today. So Darius Noble stands in to face Hubbard. There is action down in the Patriot bullpen now. We'll see if Weston Rogers comes back out for the 7th inning. Popped up. Shallow right. Kennard over, makes the catch for out number 2. So Grayson Cottingham will bat. Cottingham tripled his last time to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Nice off-speed pitch from Hubbard in there for called strike 1. Yeah, now 1-2. Swung on, miss. Was strikeout, out number 3. But the Patriots score 4 more times. We head to the 7th. Francis Marion 10, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Back for the top of the 7th. Weston Rogers remains on the mound for the Patriots. And due up for the Panthers will be Paul, Kennard, and Johnson, 4, 5, and 6. First pitch to Paul is a ball. That's hitting the air to center field. Vince Hanna cruises over and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Quentin Kennard. Kennard 0 for 2. Pop up and a strikeout. That's grounded back up the middle. Takes the glove off of Rogers. Kennard has a base hit. Third baseman, Nicholas Johnson stands in. Johnson 0 for 2. Grounds that one foul just in front of the plate. That one's lined to second. The throw to first, and he is doubled off. And I believe that is the ball game, as the Patriots take a 10-0 win over Claflin here in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Last play was the line shot at the second baseman. Kennard was doubled off at first. Final score is Francis Marion 10, Claflin nothing. Weston Rogers picks up the complete game shutout victory for the Patriots. He goes to 2-1. Losing pitcher was Charles Jackson. He falls to 0-3, and Patriots want to congratulate head coach Art Nabinet on win number 700 of his 24-year collegiate coaching career. And he gets a big round of applause from the Patriot fans here. Final line score, Patriots 10 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Claflin no runs on 6 hits with 2 errors. Time of the game was 2:03. The attendance was 202. We'll take a short break here and be back for game number 2 of our doubleheader in about 30 minutes. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this, and then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study, or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task because, again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong, where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia. Their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and two brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, there are the cousins, there are the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one. the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye because it's so, so special.